Good day! Today we're going to tell you about a short story entitled Her Tranquil Mind by Group 2. Al is a 19-year-old girl trying to keep her head up despite the problems she is facing. On her tranquil mind, she believes love is not for her and life is a blur when it comes to her. She is a young woman who is always giving her time, attention, and mind on studying. She didn't do anything but study, work on a school project, use her phone, and communicate with her closest friends from morning to night. She gave up on seeking for the one for her after going through countless love trials. She devoted her time with her loved ones and friends, but deep down, she knew she wanted a man that claims that her smile would brighten his life more than any star after stargazing with his beloved. Despite her struggles, she needed someone to hold her close and tell her she is lovely while embracing her on her worst days. And most importantly, one man whose love endures the test of time with the expectation that they will grow old and gray-haired together. Al is in the 12th grade. While at school, they were assigned by their teacher to make a video for their approaching Christmas carol. According to their professor, Al will serve as the leader for the entire class. Al immediately thought of the heavy duty because she was leading the whole class in doing this project. Al quickly looked at her friend Celeste and suddenly said, "How are we going to do this? For me, it's difficult, especially since we have to sing, dance, and of course, convey the true spirit of Christmas." Celeste immediately agreed and said, "Yes, but I think we can do it if everyone cooperates." Al began contemplating how they could create a video that captured the actual essence of Christmas.
According to Celeste, she will bring her classmate who is also her friend, Dwight. They promptly met at a near coffee shop and talked about how they will execute the project. "Hey Al, sorry we're late. Oh, by the way, this is my friend Dwight, who is also our classmate," said Celeste. Al beautifully smiled and greeted Dwight. They talked for hours, enjoying each other's presence while still focusing on the project. After a while, they said their goodbyes to each other. They regularly met to work for their project, and it frequently happened. As time went on, Al and Dwight got really close. And one day, while they were hanging out, Celeste said something to Al while they were alone together because Dwight walked slowly. "I think Dwight genuinely have feelings for you. He is clearly into you based on all the secret glances, eye contact, and spark in his eye when he speaks to you. And I'm sure you've noticed it too." Al was surprised and immediately denied this because she didn't want to ruin the friendship between the three of them, while Celeste said, "It's obvious that Dwight really likes you. You just don't want to admit it, because you know deep down your tranquil mind, you are afraid in the end that it will eventually come out like the ones you had before." That statement hit Al really hard, because she knew it is true. She feared that things would end up like the relationships she had previously been through. The day has come when their project is finally finished, which also means that they will be together less often, so Dwight wouldn't be able to make a move on Al. But this didn't stop Dwight. Dwight sneaks over to Al's house to bring her favorite food and have a little conversation with her.
This simple interaction make Dwight feel good, even euphoric. When they spend time together, he can't explain the excitement when he's with her. You have this longing for this special person whom you like. You start changing your decisions, your actions, your words, and simply everything in order to make a good impression on them. This is how Dwight feels toward Al. Dwight began to act in ways that could lead to Al becoming closer to him, and he might even come up with clever justifications for doing so. She made him feel good inside. so he always wants Al to be around him. They motivate you to take actions that you wouldn't otherwise take. Simply seeing them and their face makes you happy in a way that you go crazy over what their life is like. This happened several times.
One night, Al was invited by Dwight's family to eat out. While they are eating, Dwight excused himself to answer an important call. Then Dwight's mom asked Al if there's any chance that she will reciprocate his son's feelings. Al surprisingly answered, "To be honest, I don't actually know, Tita, but I promise to never hurt Dwight. I must admit that I admire the way you raised Dwight. Anyone would treasure him because he is such a beautiful creation. He has everything you would possibly want in a man. He knows how to treat a woman, how to treasure a woman, and how to make a woman feel special." Dwight's mother answered, "It's okay, Iha. I am aware that you are feeling this way for your own reasons, and that is acceptable. You shouldn't be worried because I went through that all myself when I was young. I might advise telling my son right away that you have no feelings for him so that he can move on. But if times go by and you will finally be able to return his feelings, I will be more than glad to have and welcome you as my daughter as well." After hours of talking, having fun, and laughing all night as long it was eventually time for Al to go home, they dropped out to her house and did Dwight as his family goodnight. Al happily returned to her home. A breath of relief, she realized that all the mixed feelings and questions on her mind were finally out. Deep down, she knew she was ready again to enter a new chapter on her life, to try to learn and take time on love again. And this time make things right. Dwight suddenly texted, "Al, do you know?" said Dwight. "What?" Al said at the same time. "What is it?" Al said again. "I will wait for you until you answer and learn to love me. I'll be happily taking my time, spending my life happily deeper to love with you." Dwight said sweetly, "Ah, yes, of course, I know." Al texted and happily slept her tranquil mind. Dwight continued to court Al by consistently going to Al's house, bringing food, listening to Anne's rants and stories about her day. Dwight waited patiently for Al to say yes as time passed. Al grew to adore Dwight and saw what a lovely creation God has made him to be.
Al finally developed feelings for Dwight. She developed how to care, comprehend, and pay attention to Dwight's emotion. She is willing to accept the catastrophe their love has brought to them. Al genuinely feels as though she is free from issues and uncertainties when he's with her. That her tranquil mind becomes happier. Each time she is with Dwight, Al's smiles seems to brighten when he is with Dwight, and it really shows that he is happy with him. All the past relationship Al had been through, she really knew that love is a huge risk. But for Dwight, it seems to be his willing to care and face all of the threats that might come on their way. The most awaited event of their lives had finally come. The day following Dwight's birthday, he went to Al's house to bring her dinner and to just be with her as they eat together.
Al smiled and said, "What if I'll say yes to you, then I'll be your first girlfriend?" It will be great, right? As their conversation continued, Al was stunned Dwight, but their topic was changed. After a few hours, Al brought it up again, saying, Dwight, I think I'm ready. To which Dwight responded, huh? Is it true? To which Al said, yes, it is. I'll be more than happy to be your girlfriend, with joy and tears in her eyes. And that was the day their feelings were united and become one. Were out of their doubts and sentiments towards one another were resolved. All of Dwight's sacrifice had been paid off. He has been given enough in return for all hardship, care, and love he has done for Al. Al is glad that Dwight never got tired of waiting for her. She is relieved that he, she has finally found someone who embraces and actually knows all of her imperfections. After 4 years, the two are still happy with the affection they give to one another. They promise to remain together forever and face all of life's difficulties together. I won't feel lonely anymore. My tranquil mind will be forever happy because I'll spend all my time just desiring and admiring you. I adore and treasure you for the rest of my life. Al murmured to her tranquil mind as she stared into Dwight's eye. All of this accompanied by genius love. This kind of love is an indication that all of the past wounds will eventually mend and everything will be alright. God's perfect time. The end.